I'm gonna record right now. So, the beginning day is gonna be pretty darn easy. The math in this class is all adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing percentages, that kind of stuff, because that's likely the real math that you're going to have in life, unless you go into some sort of career where you have to use math quite a bit. So raise your hand if you have a job right now. Okay, raise your hand if you've ever had a job. Okay. Raise your hand if you were paid like with a paycheck to your bank account or direct deposit, but like you had stuff taken out by the government every time. This was not like paid by your family. This was not babysitting. Okay, good. So would you guys do me a favor? Look at the definitions or the words on these sheets. There's likely a lot of stuff there you already know. Can somebody raise their hand and tell me one that they don't know? Like exactly what it means? For example, does everybody know what a premium is when it comes to insurance?
I don't. No.
Okay. How about like, do you guys know what FICA is? Have you seen it being taken out of your paycheck?
Yes.
But you don't know what it is? I didn't know what it meant for a very long time. So, okay, we're gonna go through all of it. All right, let's start with a job application. Job application is usually online or on paper. It gives a potential employer basic information about you. What information do they need? Just talk to me. Yep, they need to know about your past jobs and probably references for those past jobs. So like who your boss was, that kind of thing, if they need to talk to somebody. What else?
Criminal record.
Criminal record, that's true. That is usually something that they get your permission for, and then they go with the government to say that about you. You don't have to provide that yourself, you just sign off saying that it's okay if they look you up. Anybody else? What school you went to, like what kind of, how you did in school. Depends on the job. They also want to know when you can start, what kind of hours you're looking for, the days and the weeks you're available, and exactly what position you're interested in. If they like your job application, you might get to go to an interview. An interview is in person, usually. Conversation. Where both, I'm going to underline the word both, you and the employer see if you are a good fit. Sometimes it is a very, very casual conversation. Raise your hand if you've been to an interview before. Okay. What was it like? Hayden, what was your interview like?
Just like talk to like the manager and stuff about like my application and just like more information.
More information. Was it like formal? Like, did you have to dress up and look nice, or was it more like just a conversation? In between? Okay. Who else? Kierden, did you have one, you said? Was yours like where did you work? Or where do you work? Where?
Perkins.
Perkins? Okay, so that was probably more of a sit-down interview. And you had to look nice and be ready for that. Anybody have more of a casual conversation, like this was somebody you already knew? Okay, what was yours for Trey?
I texted him saying, asking if I work for him.
Okay, so it's just literally a conversation.
Not really, he said, yeah, I'm gonna
Oh, okay, that's probably the best interview you can have. Why do you think I underlined the word both?
Because if you don't like it, then
You shouldn't work there. If you don't like it, you shouldn't work there. This is an opportunity for you to learn about them as well. That took me a really long time to understand as an adult that, because I went into every interview being like, boy, I hope I get this job. I only want this job. I'll do anything I can to impress them. And now that I'm a bit older, it's kind of like, okay, they have to impress me too. They have to give me information like I have to want to work here. So that's cool. Okay, last one we're gonna do is something called gross pay. We're gonna skip minimum wage for now. Anybody know what gross pay is besides disgusting pay?
it is
Yeah.
your pay for taxes.
Pay before taxes, yep. I'm gonna write here, includes overtime. Or any other benefits you get. This is like the awesome number on your paycheck before it gets really depressing, where you're like, oh, I could have made this much, and then how much did they take out? Oh God, this is the cool number. This is the nice number that you're like, I wish I got paid that instead. Okay, I feel you, very, very strongly, I feel you. Okay, we're gonna continue using this. We're probably gonna do like 3 or 4 a day, sometimes more. So you need to keep that. Can you put your name on it, please, and put it in your folder? Okay, this is a basic job application. This is at minimum what they're going to ask you when you apply for a job. Listen to me before you start writing. If you don't want to write down your real address, you don't have to, or your home phone or your cell phone. But frankly, if you're nervous about me having that information about you, I can look your family up at any time, so your call. One thing that we definitely need to make sure about is when we do taxes that you need to remember is never put your real social security number on anything. Okay? Because we will be doing that stuff, and that is a private thing that you should never share with anyone, besides people who absolutely need it from you. But this stuff's pretty mild. I'm gonna have a contest here. The person who can create the funniest job that you're applying for, I will give a prize to tomorrow. It is decided by me, so whatever I would think is the funniest. And yes, I do think farts and stuff like that are funny, but also a little highbrow. So, like I'm all over the board, go for it. Something funny that you're applying for. When can you start? You can make that up to days and hours you can work. Make this one realistic. When could you work? If you were gonna take a job right now, when would you have available to you? Think about your schedule and your family time. Are you currently working? Previous employment, I want you to be honest about this too. I want you to list your employer, that's their name, or the business that they own, what job you did, what dates you were there, and your supervisor. So I guess that's your direct boss. And then this would be, they might be one and the same, but more likely it'd be like, I work for Quick Trip, but my supervisor was this person, okay? Here, you're not going to fill out anything in the college lane because you haven't been to college yet, unless you have been doing PSEO classes, and then you can write down what college that was. High school, you're currently in your 12th or 11th grade, so you can put that in. What do you put for area of study for high school?
All of it.
Well, I mean,
11th grade.
not all of it, not 11th grade, yeah? You could, but if I were you, now that you're 11th and 12th graders, if there's something that you're particularly interesting, like you're really into welding or you're really into